6:14 now, 12 News helping your family get back to school and back to routine. So we've been hearing a lot in the last year and a half about following the science. Well, that doesn't just apply to COVID. When a medical study conducted by a local doctor was recently published suggesting a negative link between high screen time in young kids and their learning and behavior, we wanted to know what this science means for technology in the classroom. For many elementary students in Rhode Island, this is a big part of their school day and their homework. So before a child even picks up a video game after school or watches TV, they've already spent time on a screen.
I have a concern because the studies in young children by others in term children have shown brain changes from excessive screen time.
That's what Dr. Betty Vor's study found too. She's a researcher at Women and Infants Hospital, and her study, published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Pediatrics last month, looked at 6- and 7-year-olds who were born extremely premature and how high levels of screen time, more than 2 hours a day, affected their brain development.
High screen time had negative effects on child's development of cognitive skills, executive function skills, and on their behavior.
Regardless of content.
Regardless of content, yes.
Dr. Vor's concern is about consumption, not content.
The peak screen time in our group was 40 hours a week.
And it's less about time and about kind of like what you're doing, who you're doing it with.
Dr. Michael Robb is the Senior Director of Research for a digital media watchdog group, Common Sense Media. He says his studies suggest content does make a difference.
So to treat what you're doing for school as the same as playing Fortnite, as the same as Zooming with a family member, which is the same as reading an ebook, which is the same as watching 6 hours of Netflix, like I think that's a mistake.
Instead, he encourages parents to shift their eye from the timer to the total child.
Are they sleeping enough? Are they getting good food? Are they doing their schoolwork? Are they going outside, playing with friends? If they're doing all the things that we know are good for kids, then you don't have to count every minute of screen time. So, if your kid has schoolwork that's done on a computer, I wouldn't necessarily worry that that's just contributing to some overall amount of screen time that's going to necessarily negatively affect them.
I think there's a positive component to embracing screen time. It definitely can stimulate learning. It can be interactive, but I do think we are going to have to monitor the total amount of time in terms of hours per day between school and academic activities and home recreational activities before we really know the total impact.
Dr. Vor's study didn't distinguish between types of screen time and was conducted pre-pandemic, so it didn't factor in the screen saturation introduced during distance learning.
We're going to have to look now at the longer-term follow-up of children during this pandemic relative to their screen time.
In the meantime, neither Common Sense Media nor the American Academy of Pediatrics offer a recommended number of hours of screen time for school-aged children like they do for our little ones. Instead, the AAP offers a questionnaire for you to develop a family media use plan. We provided a link to that questionnaire on our website. It's WPRI.com.